33 tons of steel on its last ever journey. A Marder tank trundled cross-country to a team of experts at a scrapyard. Peter Koch is Europe's leading tank dismantler. How's business, Mr. Koch?
Can't complain. We have plenty to do. The foreign missions keep us busy.
So do you get a lot of scrap coming back from abroad?
I hope it's scrap. We're going to turn it into scrap.
Dismantling a tank takes time. The company in the Thuringen district of Rockensussra in central Germany has its work cut out for years to come. Over the past 2 decades, Koch and his team have dismantled almost 16,000 tanks. They began with old East German models and are now working on German armed forces vehicles. There's no quick way to get the job done. It's a painstaking process of disassembly. Ralf Schulz is removing the fuel tank from the bowels of the Marder. Once worth millions of euros, it is now just junk.
It's just ordinary work for me. You can't get carried away thinking about things. The important thing is to get rid of it and make sure it can't be used to cause any more harm. That's what matters.
And there's fun to be had in the process. At least for those who get to drive the tanks. Not many people get to handle 800 horsepower.
It's like a car, only bigger.
What do you have to be careful of?
Everything. It's like driving on the road, except it doesn't stop. It keeps going.
Has anything ever gone wrong?
Not with me.
With anyone else?
I don't know about my predecessors.
The tank scrapyard is not a place for secrets. Each of the tank's movements is recorded and watched via satellite. The dismantling business is bound by the War Weapons Control Act. Roland Kirschner has to record what happens to every chain and screw.
Everything listed in the war weapons book, so everything that has been recorded but can't be found, is an offence or a crime, and leads to the involvement of the district attorney. And it could happen that I'll end up in prison.
This is what a Marder looks like in action. Their disassembly is written into the European Disarmament Treaty, which was signed at the end of the Cold War. But other countries also bring their tanks to the scrapyard in Rockensussra.
We once moved a Swiss tank, and the Swiss are neither signatories to the European Disarmament Treaty, nor are they bound by the rules of the German armed services. From above, we couldn't see it was a Swiss tank, even though it was thought that our resolution was good enough to identify matchbox-sized images. It took about 3 or 4 hours before the military police from Mühlhausen arrived to check what was going on. And we got the image by satellite.
But what happens to the scrap? The muzzles of this Leopard tank are made of very hard steel, which is ideal for these knives, daggers and other blades. Collectors pay good money for them. But military enthusiasts want more. They want to buy entire tanks. The telephone is always ringing.
To put it politely, I describe people who want to privately own these things as idiots. They are out there, but the regulations are very strict. And we're not allowed to sell anything like that. We would only be allowed to with permission from the German government.
And you don't have it?
Very rarely. There are always exceptions, but on the whole, no.
Some tanks end up in foreign armies, but otherwise they have to be broken down into pieces small enough to ensure they can never be put back together. Disarmament is slow, dirty work, and extremely good business for the team in Rockensussra.